Hey guys, it's Kugel again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the Tipsy OS, Tipsy OS for the OnePlus 3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, the Tipsy OS, now as funny as the name of the ROM is, well, the ROM is even funnier. So yeah, let's get started. Now first of all, that's the lock screen. Now this is, well, basically a it's kind of a slapstick comedy, I guess, but still this is a very good feature-rich ROM which I really like. And now this is brought forward by Ground Zero ROMs, which is a team of developers who has been making quality ROMs on almost a lot of ROMs. Now the Validus was a Ground Zero ROM, and that was a really good ROM. So yeah, let's get this started. Now first of all, you can see this is kind of a themed ROM, but this is not mainly from the CyanogenMod theme engine. This does have CyanogenMod theme engine, which is, so in the settings menu you can see in the about phone page, you can see this is Tipsy OS, and this is the version of it, which is Frunk version 4.6, which is the latest version which I am aware of. It does have an OTA updater which will download the full version of the ROM if it detects a new version, so you can have that. This does have the newest August security patches, which is always nice to see, and that is pretty much it in this ROM. So yeah, now this is a CyanogenMod 13 based ROM, so you are going to find almost all the settings which you can find in the CM13 spaces. So let's get started. Now first of all, in the power menu you have all of these settings. You can actually enable reboot, advanced reboot option, so you can hide it from the lock screen and not show always. All that is available. Animations, you do have AOKP style animation settings which you can use to customize everything. Every single fact of the ROM can be customized. LCD density is there for you to change. Right now it says nothing because this is set to 400, and that is it is basically set to 400 right now, but it doesn't say that. The ROM flashes with 400, which I found strange. Most people might want to change to something else. I personally like that. This is 400, so that is really nice to see. So you do have option for battery bar. You can enable disable battery bar and anywhere you like. That is pretty nice to see. Lock screen wallpapers can be set to something else, or you can just have the blank option. Expanded desktop is something there which I really wanted when I was setting up my VR headset, and I didn't have it on the Oxygen OS, so this is really nice. Status bar options, you do have clock and data option where you can select all of these options, which is personally one of my favorite options in the status bar stuff. Time contextual header is also available, but the header quality is something debatable, I guess. Not the best quality of wallpapers available here, so I'm not entirely sure why that is. Double tap to sleep. Notification settings are all available, which you can disable immersive mode messages. Messages can be disabled. The show notification count, all of these are available here. Weather settings, weather can be in status bar, and lock screen setting is what controls them. Status bar items can be enabled or disabled for your amusement. Recent menu, now this does have the Omni Switch recent menu. It does not have slim style recent menu, which I would have liked to have, but Omni Switch has a lot of options, and it is one of my preferred method for the recent menu, so you can actually have that, and it does work out really nicely. So that is the options available in the Tavern, which is basically going ahead with the drunk nature of this ROM, so that's really nice. The navigation option, you do have a hardware button selection, so you do have the ability to customize every bit of hardware buttons, but the hardware buttons right out of the box is swapped. Like this is the recent menu, and this is the back menu, so I had to swap it back to the normal OnePlus configuration because I was pretty anchored up into that. So yeah, navigation bar is enabled, is something which you can enable, and you can actually enable all of these options, which is pretty nice to see. It is something there. App circle bar is also there, which you can use to have your favorite applications, and that works out really nicely. Gesture anywhere again is one of my favorite features in any CyanogenMod, or for that matter any ROM, and I really appreciate that, having using that. So yeah, it does have Viper for audio in build, so you do have to install that, but this comes as a package, so you have less of work to do rather than just having to do everything by yourself. So this is available, and that's really nice to see. In the display option, again, you have a theme engine which you can have a light or dark theme. So yeah, so I've just selected light theme because, well, I can. And there are available options for adaptive brightness, ambient display time to wake, prevent accidental wake up, really nice to see. Toast icon can be enabled or disabled onto this. Dashboard columns can be into 1, 2 or 3. 1 is the default one, I like 2, 3 is overkill. Dashboard dividers, font size can be decreased to something which I can read. I really like the smaller font sizes because I don't know, weird tastes. So the font style can also be changed in here, which is amazing. I really appreciate that. Now there is option for all of these fonts which you can enable, and you can also enable other fonts. If you are kind of a power user, you can use SuperSU or a Root Explorer to enable many fonts which you might consider. So yeah, I personally like condensed, and I am setting condensed right now, so every font is right now condensed, and I really appreciate the thought which went into that. So that's really nice to see. In the sounds and notification option, you do have the almost identical options which you can find in any other Cyanogen mode stuff, so nothing special there, but it is really nice to see. It does have something called OnePlus DOS, which is basically ambient display settings, so you do have options here like pickup option, hand wave, all of that is available, and you can actually customize that to your advantage. It does have the notification slider, and that does work, and I really do appreciate that. Screen off gestures. Now gestures have a lot more options. Now you do have option to select more application to all of these gestures. It is still an improvement in my opinion. You do have custom application here which you can select for any application which you need, and that is amazing. I really appreciate that. Location settings, security, all of these are basic settings which doesn't really have too much info, but there is a charging current application which I really like, but again, it gives you the cutoff. I mean, like if you connect it to AC, it is 1500. If you connect it to your USB, it is 500. It doesn't give you the exact charging current, which would have been nice, but I personally am using ampere for that. So yeah, so that is about it in the settings menu. Everything is similar to what you would expect in a Cyanogen mod based ROM, but with a bit of a drunk attitude, I guess. So yeah, I really appreciate that. In the other stuff, now let me show you guys the Antutu benchmark score which I received. It's just not the highest score which I received with any other ROM, but again, I kind of expect this because this is such a heavily featured ROM that performance is going to take a bit of a hit, at least in benchmarks. In daily life, you don't really see much of it, and this is almost on the lower side. I did get 146 or 147,000, which was there, and I really like that. In the application style, every basic stuff is in here. ES File Explorer is installed previously without you flashing it, so that's something there. Add away is there. Documents, of course, it's also there. As I've said, Viper for Android is enabled. These are the stuff which I enabled for my usage. So yeah, just for you guys know. Yeah, and I've got lots of messages. The camera again it's good. It's the latest camera from the Cyanogen mod stable, so you do have that. You do have kernel auditor, which is slightly tweaked in terms of the aesthetics and all that to match the ground zero ROM, so you do have that. It's basically the same version of kernel tweaker, kernel auditor basically, and it works out really nicely. So yeah, let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty rad. So there is also a reboot animation, which is nice. So there you have it. You are about to get Tipsy. So yeah, that is Tipsy OS, and yeah, it's pretty much it's a lot of work into a boot animation, man. Come on. So yeah. So yeah, that much is it about the ROM. Again, this is a fully featured ROM. It does have almost all the features which you would expect from a heavy hitter like BlissBop or AICP. So you are getting a lot of features for this ROM. Now stability wise, it may be okay. I did have a few FC issues 1 or 2 times, but it's still normal. I don't expect it to have the best stability out of everything. And also the battery life is pretty commendable, but still nothing special next to something like the Pure Nexus or Pure CM or other R297's CM ROM, which had very good battery life. So yeah, pretty nice to see. I guess that much is it about the ROM. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.